Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Abby Smith. The Reserve Bank Board is meeting today to decide whether there should be an 11th straight interest rate hike. Economists are still split on what will happen, with some arguing any extra mortgage paying could push the country into a recession. Another rise would take the cash rate to a new decade high. Commonwealth Bank senior economist Belinda Allen is predicting the RBA will pause this month, but says other experts disagree.
It is such a line ball decision, just because some of the data is suggesting that they can pause, but also over recent weeks as well, we've continued to see global central banks lift interest rates.
AFL CEO Gil McLachlan is going to face a grilling when he appears at the federal government's inquiry into online gambling today. The footy boss will be joined by his NRL counterpart, both arguing that any further restrictions on gambling advertisements is likely to put the free coverage of sport at risk. It's estimated online sports betting in Australia exceeds $50 billion a year. Victoria has followed the federal government in banning the popular social media app TikTok from government devices. It follows similar bans enacted by Australia's Five Eyes security partners in the US, the UK, New Zealand and Canada. To overseas, Donald Trump will soon be touching down in New York, where he could become the first US president to face criminal charges. Extra police have been deployed around the city. Anyone planning to protest told to behave themselves. The new Australian High Commissioner to the UK believes Australia will become a republic and dump Charles as king. Former Foreign Affairs Minister Stephen Smith has told London newspaper The Times it's inevitable, but relations won't be damaged between the two countries when it happens. And turkey lovers who want to eat all of the Easter eggs this week are being urged to donate blood. People burn around 500 calories from a blood donation, which is around 12 mini Easter eggs. In entertainment news, Lewis Capaldi fears he may have to quit music soon due to his Tourette's symptoms worsening. The award-winning Scottish singer says the stress of coming up with a second album has seen his condition deteriorate, and he's worried fans will mistake his onstage tics for drug abuse. Some bad news for a man who decided to propose to his girlfriend at Dodger Stadium in the US. He's been banned from the stadium for 12 months after running onto the ground during play. And a live-action remake of Moana is on the way, with Dwayne The Rock Johnson making the announcement during a Disney shareholders meeting. To sport now, the AFL is standing firm on the dissent rule, rejecting any claims it goes too far. It comes after GWS seek clarification after it was penalised for dissent in their game against the Blues on Saturday night. In a carefully managed statement, AFL head of umpiring Dan Richardson says umpires have to consider different player temperaments and views.
Sometimes, people react differently under the heat of the moment, whether that's players, whether that's coaches, whether that's umpires. We certainly have some boundaries that the umps work within, but we can't coach everything and we can't coach every single decision in the moment.
Cricket Australia is committing to a 66% pay increase for professional female players, and the All-Australian team has finished dead last at the Live Golf event in Florida. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.